Ready for our first solar system assignment? In this one, you will make this mini book, which is right in front of me. It's called Our Solar System. Here are the materials you need to get ready. You need crayons, markers, or pencils. You can use any kind of coloring instrument you wish. You need scissors and glue. You need a pencil, please, and your science journal, the one without the sticker. All right, first step, please cut out each of the rectangle pages and then place them in number order, just like you can see in front of me. Make sure that you press pause if you need to. Next, glue page 9 completely flat to your journal. You can see that I did that here. Then, each consecutive page, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, gets glued by a line at the top to make flaps that go up. Here's the final product. Each page is now flip up, and then I took a moment to color in our title page. You could do the same, just for fun. Okay, so the first thing you should know that the sun is not a planet. The sun is a star. The sun is the center of our solar system. It is a big ball of hot and fiery gases. All of the 8 planets move around the sun. The sun is our closest star. All of those other stars that you see in this galaxy picture in back and in the night sky, those are each suns too. They're just so far away that they look like little tiny balls, like a star. Okay, so the next step I'd like you to do is to take time to color in the sun. It doesn't have to look exactly like mine, but it should be very similar. The dark spots are actually called sunspots. Our next planet, which is closest to the sun, is the first planet from the sun, Mercury. It is very hot during the day and very cold at night. Mercury has craters on it from asteroids and comets hitting it over billions of years. It used to be molten and very hot, and over billions of years has cooled down, which gives it its gray complexion. Next, from the sun, the second planet is Venus. This planet is the same size as Earth. We are often called sister planets, except this one is the hottest of the planets. Something you should know about this one is that it is covered in thick poisonous clouds that reflect the sunlight. That's why they look orange. I think you know this one. This is the third planet from the sun. It is Earth. It is the only planet known to have water and life on it. We think that there might be other water vapors in existence in our solar system, but we're not sure yet. You should also know that Earth is in this amazing spot called the Goldilocks Zone. So by being the third planet, it's close enough to the sun to stay warm so that we can survive, and it's far away enough from the sun to not be too hot. If we were any closer, any further away, we would be either too cold, like Mars, or we would be too hot, like Venus. Take time to color in the Earth. Here is the fourth planet, Mars. It's covered in red, dusty soil. It is also the only planet that has a spacecraft that has landed on it. Not a human-manned spacecraft, but one that we're able to drive like a little rover, and we're able to drive like a robot from Earth, and that's Mars. Okay, now we're going to go beyond the asteroid belt into the outer planets. The first outer planet is Jupiter. It is the 5th planet from the sun. It is the biggest planet in the solar system. Jupiter has a large spot called the Great Red Spot, and it is actually a giant storm. Jupiter is made of helium and hydrogen. It is a gas giant, which means it has no land to land upon. And the reason why it is the colors that you see is because it is reflecting the sun's light. Saturn is the 6th planet from the sun. It has large rings made of ice, dust, and rocks and space junk. Saturn is the 2nd biggest planet. It is also made of hydrogen and helium. It is also a gas giant. It also contains ammonia and phosphine, which gives it its yellow-brown color as well. Not to be outdone, Uranus is the 7th planet from the sun. It has at least 21 moons. We only have one. And some small rings made of a black material. It is also turned on its side. So you can see that the rings move like this instead of like this, like Saturn. Uranus is made of hydrogen and helium and methane. Methane is a type of gas which absorbs red light from the sun and reflects blue light, which makes it look blue to us here on Earth. Now for the 8th planet and the last one in the solar system, it is Neptune. Very, very cold because it's so far from the sun and has freezing winds. It has giant storms on its surface. It also contains methane, which absorbs the red light and reflects the blue, and a yet unidentified chemical compound, which also causes the blue reflection. We're not sure what that is yet. Now, probably about 10 years ago, we would have had Pluto as a planet as well. It has been demoted to a dwarf planet due to its size, and it doesn't meet the requirements of other planets, but we will study him a little bit this week. Next step. Here is the Who Am I page. So in this page, what we're going to do is I am going to read the clues to you as soon as I make it a little bigger. There we go. I'm going to read the clues to you, and what I did was I put clues next to the clues of each page where you can find the information. So what I'd like you to do is to take time after I read the clue and tell you what page to go to your mini book, go to that page, and find what planet we're discussing. You might even want to try to see how much you remember. Number 1, I am the biggest planet in the solar system. Who am I? This is on page 6. You could also pause me when you go through. Number 2, I am the hottest planet. Who am I? I'm on page 3. Number 3, I have large rings made of rocks, ice, and dust. Who am I? I'm on page 7. Number 4, I am the only planet with water. Who am I? I'm on page 4. Number 5, my surface is covered with storms and freezing winds. Who am I? I'm on page 9. Number 6, I have craters on my surface. Who am I? I'm on page 2. Number 7, a spacecraft has landed on my red, dusty surface. Who am I? Page 5. And lastly, I have 21 moons. Who am I? Page 8. Okay, so I want you to try to solve those, writing down your answer in pencil. Go back through, use your book, try to solve those before you look at the next slide, which will show you the answers. So I'm going to have you pause now, don't cheat, and then the next one I'll show you will have the answers, and I'll put this slide's presentation without the video, so you can also just look at that slide to make sure you've gotten all the correct answers. Okay, here we go. Here are the answers. Number 1, biggest, Jupiter. Number 2, hottest, Venus. Number 3, rings made of rocks, ice, and dust, Saturn. Number 4, the only planet with water, Earth. Number 5, covered with storms and freezing wind, Neptune. Number 6, craters, Mercury. A spacecraft has landed on me for number 7. That's Mars. And number 8, I have at least 21 moons around me. Who am I? Uranus. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed and our little introduction to the solar system, and get ready for some more all during this week and next week.